empathy is our next mindset that I wanted to talk
Yeah.
about. One word we so often use in design, but in practice, it can be complicated.
Yeah.
I found it requires sitting, and as you talked about actually just now, that sitting with, perspectives that may feel uncomfortable, or, letting go of our own assumptions about what people want and need.
Yeah.
For your projects or things that you're working on now and in the past, how do you approach empathy in a way that avoids, cliche, allows you to create deeper understanding?
I just recently blogged about my experience as a digital transformation coach. And I
Mm,
think the natural trajectory for a lot of people in UX and research, a lot of them end up doing digital transformation coaching because it's a lot of design thinking. And I think I wrote about this back in October of last year. I was facilitating a session for a bunch of underwriters.
mm,
And the idea was to glean from them as a collective, what are the things they're having problems with in the software so that we could vet that against some options of software that they could actually purchase. And I will never forget this moment. It's still very visceral and a little embarrassing for me. But we had taken a break, and this gentleman, he came and he stood right next to me and he said, I guess you're automating our jobs, huh? And I was really thrown back because I thought, yeah, I'm helping you automate your job. Sorry, automate me out of a job. Automate me out of a job. And I remember, I still get like choked up thinking about it, but I remember thinking, holy crap, yes, that's what I'm doing. I am taking knowledge that you have here so that I could help create that in a software. And that for me was something I think about when I do these sessions, is to really think about the stakeholders and where they're at
mm,
in that process, especially now when we think about, critical design. And what that means is really the ability to view things from different lenses. And we go into these spaces trying to create amazing digital solutions, but there are people who did these things in the past, and oftentimes they're the stakeholder giving you that data.
mhm,
And so that information that becomes data. And so in terms of empathy, sometimes empathy is encased by some uncomfortable joke, right? And that really gave me new ways of thinking about how I approach these sessions to make sure that I give voice to people and also spend time talking about human oversight in the AI practice, right?
mhm.
So they don't just see a future, because a lot of this is futurescaping without them. Oh, yeah. But I think as well, too, when we think about, the wider conversation around empathy, is that we need to place it against the backdrop of the moment, right?
Mhm.
And there was, I will say, in the last year, some contentions in the work that I did, because I'm using the very stakeholders that I'm automating them out of a job, if you want
Mm.
to say that. And not that AI will ever replace them, it will replace the things they do. That general overarching empathy for the moment, I think, is also very critical, right? And so the one other case study that just came to mind was the new, I think it's an Adobe product that enables the recording of when you call into customer services and stuff like that. And
Mm.
then they could produce output of a script, because that's when they say to you, do you mind if we record this message or this conversation? This is actually now being used to do performance reviews, right? That very script.
Wow.
I'm very well aware of that. That's for the company that I was engaged with working on that. And so again, you have these people who are there to give empathy for the problem you're having when they call in. And the second layer is that the script that they're producing, the text via the conversation, is being used to evaluate them,
Hmm.
right? And so, these are the kinds of things that has given me whiplash for the work we do, because we are not always cognizant of the backstory.
Heavy burdens that many people carry, and we really can't, assume, or as we're looking to be, empathetic, that the way people may present themselves may not, certainly be what their current experience is. It's like we all just want to get ahead in life and have, love and
Yeah.
happiness, and you never know what. Certainly, I found that, certainly once, lucky me, I have a fantastic son, but, certainly I can now see that, there's so many things that can happen before 7 a.m. in the morning that I certainly wasn't aware of for, people that I would have worked with, or colleagues and
Yeah.
peers that I would be, doing projects with, that
Yeah.
would would have had that as part of their, morning experience before they simply came in. So it's like really makes you look at the world very different.
Yeah. We all have a backstory that is somehow not part of the script of the design systems, right? So.
Thanks for watching Design with Renn, where we explore what it means to create with care, context, and intention. If this sparks something for you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's designing for change. Want more? New episodes drop regularly, and you'll find resources, tools, and behind-the-scenes thinking right here on the channel. Keep designing with purpose, and I'll see you in the next one.